The Bible says there is a lot of blessing in giving, and if there is anyone who has enjoyed such blessings, it is our guest for today. Please let's welcome Bishop Samuel OWUSU.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Have a seat. Welcome to Restoration.
Thanks, my dear. Thanks, my dear.
Before I introduced you, I was just telling our studio audience and our viewers at home how you love to give and how you tell us that you're blessed from giving. But before we come to how blessed you are, where did you start from?
Would I be able to know where I actually started from? I think I started from a village, village by living with about 9 other people in one family in one single room. So in one small village like that, with teams of
What's the name of that village?
It's called New Akrofrom, between Obuasi and New Edibiase. One small city like that, about 150 people. Wow. That's where we grew from, and that's how I lived for almost 25 years of my life.
So did you have the privilege of going to school?
Yes, I had a primary school. I had a secondary school half. I had secondary school half, I couldn't finish, so I had to be in the street to be selling, to be able to take care of myself and things like that. Yeah. So by the time I think I gathered money, the school has already gone ahead of me. So by the time I got back to school, they are even writing exams.
Oh, so you couldn't?
Yes, that's how I have to end up. But, God being so good, I was determined to have a good life and also to become somebody in the future. Because I realized that my father actually didn't go to school much, but he's a little education in the village there. He's seen as one of the opinion leaders in the city, and he's a champion. Like every situation, he is leading them. And in fact, there was no school in our village, and he is the first person who started like a preparatory school or something before the government even came to take over from him. So that alone gave me a certain kind of edge that I want to be somewhere else. So I found myself in libraries. I taught myself to write my O-level.
You're kidding?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow. And what were your grades?
I had a very good grade. I think the only one that I got C was science. Wow. That's the only one I got C. I had A, B, and things like that. Yeah.
So when did you come to Accra?
Yes. After that, I couldn't finish the school and things. I was selling here. One day, a certain woman, I was selling here in Accra that time, and a certain woman looked at me. Abaye, I've taken my goose to Central Police Station. So, I followed up. And remember, the goose which I was even selling was not my own money. It was a borrowed money given to me by one of our relatives from the village and things like that. So after Abaye have taken the things, I followed Abaye to go and collect my money. I collect my things. What's wrong with you people? Don't you know where I'm coming from? So I was just annoying, insulting them and things like that. And a woman who was selling roasted plantain just walked to me and started insulting me that I'm a fool. Look at you, nice boy like you. You're supposed to be either a pastor or a president, and you are here selling on the roadside, and they have taken your things, they have helped you, and you are crying. Foolish, go home. So the woman was mad at me. And but then we were living at Sodom and Gomorrah. Wow. So I got back to the one of our slums and wept the whole night. So I had a holy anger in me. No, I can't be poor. I'm too much to be poor. I'm supposed to be a president or a pastor. If not president, I will be a pastor.
So what the woman said was ringing.
That word that she said to me that night was the beginning of my rethinking about myself. Because that woman, I got out of this city, got back to the village. My mama asked me, why have you come? Because I was supposed to bring money home so that my parents too can get some from my other siblings
and things like that. They had given you.
Man, we were too poor. That we 9 people that were living in the house. We used 2 blush. Your father is blushing, you are waiting. are waiting for your father to finish. When your father finishes, then you continue. And that is in the level of ownership. So your father, your mother, me, my sister, my brother, everybody, before the last one.
Whether kaka,
whatever. So all of them, they have kaka. Except me, I don't have kaka. Grace have taken me out of those things. So I went back to the village. It was something else, But I said, no, I won't stay in the village. So I remember a certain woman also used to come to the village and always tell me that I'm a nice boy, very intelligent, and living in the village. Because even in the village, I was teaching other children, gathering children in the street and things like that. So the woman, what that woman was also used to tell me was like something to me. So I gathered my things and left the village, going to Kumasi to go and look for Auntie Sisi. The woman is called Auntie Sisi. He used to come and buy palm oil from our village. So I got to KJT looking for Auntie Sisi, who I don't know where she lives. She never knew I'm coming to look for her.
You don't have an address?
No, I don't have an address. So I was in KJT looking for Auntie Sisi.
Who said, Auntie Sisi?
Sister, I need you. 3 days, I've not have any clue of where this woman lives. And my sister, so after the 3 days, I met one of my home guys, from my village. He said, hey, Kofi, now you're the one, I'm so maybe Auntie Sisi. I said, Auntie Sisi, what are you inside? Oh, now I can't. No, 3 days, me home, and so on. I'm so okay, God bless you. So the man left, I took a car to Ahinsan. Going to look for Auntie Sisi in the Kumasi Ahinsan. I got to Kumasi Ahinsan on Friday. Friday to Saturday, I've not meet anybody that, Auntie Sisi. So a certain woman decided to give me a place to lodge so that on Monday I will return back to my village because I have my luggage. I've decided to go and stay in Kumasi.
Oh, why would you say?
Sometimes, you see, until passion, I think passion, the word passion has a two antidote. You need to hate something to love something. If you don't hate something, you can't love something. I hate poverty. When I saw people died in poverty, when I saw the way we were nice, my mother is poor, my father is poor, but the way we grew beautiful in the village, but because of poverty, we were not able to have any headway, any hope, lack of hope. We were living against hope. You can imagine. See, so I hate poverty and I love to do something. And I stayed in that place, my dear. The woman took me to a church. My pastor started from there. The woman took me to a church, and then the pastor was prophesying, doing all these kind of miracles and things like that. And by then I was never, connected to all these kind of things because I was born into Seventh-day Adventist church. Okay. My parents, my mom, everybody is part of that. So all those that guy was doing, I was just look at all these fake people, all these concerts. Look at them. Demons are affecting all of you. Me, I will never fall. I've never fall before. So all the women falling things, I was insulting them. Before I realized, the pastor was announcing that there is a very mighty man of God who have entered the auditorium. So everybody should rise up and things like that. I was sitting down. And then he asked everybody to bring money to the altar. I said, look at these people. Look at these thieves. They are collecting money, collecting people's money everywhere. Before I knew, the woman gave me some coins, which I can't recall how much the woman gave to me to take it back to the altar. So as I got to the altar, the pastor stopped. Everybody was giving the offering and said, this is the man I'm looking for. This is the one God said is going to be. So thank you.
And the one can say a concert.
Oh, immediately some light, something entered me. You see, when somebody have not had an encounter, you can't actually explain anything to him.
It's true.
You see, sometimes when people say that God is not there and things like that, it's encounter. And spiritual things, unless you experience it, you will not understand it. If I'm telling you that giving is good, prayer is good, somebody who have never prayed, but his life is okay with him, will never experience, you will never understand what I'm talking about. So things about spirituality is about experience. And until you have an experience, you will not be able to understand it. So immediately the pastor prayed for me, some light entered into me. I became weight, some heavy weight. I can't explain it. entered into my body, mind. I began to be so visible and things like that. And the pastor put me on his seat, removed his suit and put it on me. And for all you know, Auntie Sisi was a member of that church.
You are kidding me.
Yeah. So Auntie Sisi was seeing a boy he knows in the village. Oh, it's not for that boy there. Where is Kumasi Church? No. So immediately the pastor finished praying, the woman was getting closer to see either it is true that it's me.
Yeah.
And then I saw, so I forgot about the pastor. I jumped to Auntie Sisi. I jumped to Auntie Sisi, and that's all. And she took me to the house. So after 1 week, I saw some children in the street in the area. I said, no, I have to do something. So I started gathering them to teach them. And that's how I started. I started teaching children in the street. I started with 3 children. By 3 weeks, we had about 30. By 2 months, I was having about 60 children in Kumasi Ahimsa on the street. And then I got a job in one preparatory school. So I was using the money I get from here. I teach in the morning, come afternoon to teach this student. Then in the evening, I will walk from Ahimsa to go to a Doom for library.
Okay.
I go and learn. I go and study.
Knowledge.
That's it. So that I'll be able to get myself acquainted in the formation of the land. Because you can, life is measured by the information you have.
That's true.
That means that your high purchasing power in this your life, if people can actually pay you, it depends on the information you carry.
Yeah.
So it's not about I know how to do it, just talking it. You need to be able to have the application,
and
the know-how, and prove it that you can do it better. So it started from there. So I started going to church and all those things like that. Then the spirit was there, the experience was coming. I became a church boy, and
so
things
started
like
praying
that.
In tongues.
Yeah, I started praying in tongues and things, and my parents heard it. Hey, Kofi, no, what about no?
Are you serious?
Oh yes, because nobody have ever seen me praying in tongues before, and all of a sudden I'm praying in tongues. And in fact, how my tongues even started from dream. After that encounter, I think about 3-6 month time, I had a dream, a very powerful 18-hour dream. It started around 10 p.m. Immediately I was caused to sleep. The dream started, and then it ended by 9 a.m. in the morning.
Wow.
Yeah, so after in the morning, people were knocking my door and I was still asleep, deeply asleep. I saw a vision. Thousands of people on the ground, and many people have been able to lift up their hands. But a lot of us, plus myself, were not able to lift up our hands. And we're decked, we're in rags, we're in shambles. We were not able to stand. We're so weak and things like that. And I was asking the people around that, why can't we lift up our hands? Why can't we have a nice dress like the other people? They said, shut up, you are too small. I said, no, I'm not too small. I want to know why. So I started asking questions. Lo and behold, I saw a throne, like a godly throne, like God sitting on a throne, something, and a shining light, stars, old people, elderly people with staffs and rod in their hands. And it was suspended. And they said, unless I go there to ask, and it's very far. Wow. So I walked over 3-4 days in the dream, before I was able to get close to where the throne was suspended. So immediately I was getting closer, I saw an old man coming closer to me, and he sounded a trumpet that everybody should keep quiet, that he has found who will continue his work. So I'm not doing a work for myself, I'll continue somebody's work. So that's what happened.
After that dream, as a normal human being, you would expect that you'd wake up and everything is just solid. Everything is settled for you to just take over. How difficult was it after that dream? I
wake up that dream and I was speaking in tongues, and I didn't know how to talk to anybody. I don't understand anything. I don't go to school to teach again. By the grace of God, my library thing was off, so I finished the exams and things like that. So I was just mad. Bible was with me, praying and evangelizing. Laying hands on people. People are just walking. I would just call them and pray for them. That's what people thought I was mad. Because it was so ragged. It wasn't gentle like today. I'm a gentleman. That was. It was not gentle at all right there. So that's how it started. It started from there. But I lost every job, I lost everything and things like that. And I lost my house. I don't have a place to stay because the house where we were staying were three boys, 3 guys who were living there. I'm speaking in tongues. You are speaking in tongues, you can imagine your friend is sleeping with a girl inside that room. I'm not joking, no. This one is here, this one here, and you are here speaking in tongues. So as you are speaking in tongues, you are hearing sound. The sound is not the sound of heaven,
It's not the sound of heaven.
Sound of that katabushika. It was not easy. So I was compelled to move out of that place. I got into a certain kiosk, which I put my things inside. I didn't even know the owner. I just got myself into the kiosk, and one day it rained too much in Atunso Hinsan S-line there. Before I knew, I was experiencing Noah's Ark.
In a kiosk?
Yes, the flood took my kiosk, and I was inside, and it was taking me. I was waving to people. Hello, nobody, man. I've seen a lot of things. We have gone through a lot of experiences that, I believe that whatever everybody goes through in this life, I believe it's destiny.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I've come to understand, that you see, the way we say God is a destiny changer, no, God is not a destiny changer. He's the one that gives the destiny. He doesn't change the destiny. It's Satan that brings blockage and things like that. But whatsoever you go through is part of the package. It's not a problem, it's a process. Whatever I went through, I believe now I went through for somebody listening to me right now, watching me right now, so that you will understand that, it is easy. Because if I couldn't go to school, right from the village, in fact, the teacher who was teaching us, our English teacher, the best English teacher around our area, he has a barbering shop, and he has written in front of the barbering shop, you can cut your head here.
Restoration.
People are stingy, from the nation to our parents to the youth. We are big. Stinginess is a spirit. It's a spirit of wickedness, and that's the reason why we are seeing children in the street and we don't bother.
Hush, my little baby.
For babies' tummy pains, minor digestive upsets, or teething, caring mothers everywhere used Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture. It's quick, effective, and sure to leave babies smiling again in no time. Auntie Mary's Baby Gripe Mixture from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
I've been dealing in fabrics for many years, and so I know what's genuine. That's why I stock and sell only GTP, original designs, genuine fabrics, and authentic prints. Look out for the new silver sticker on the label, and only buy from accredited GTP dealers like me.
GTP has a new silver sticker on all its labels to help ensure you buy only genuine GTP fabrics. Scratch to reveal a 12-digit code. Text to 1393 free on all networks. Receive a message that lets you know if your GTP is genuine. Buy genuine GTP and smile. GTP, still timeless.
Let your skin do the talking. A perfect blend of shea butter, bamboo charcoal, fruit and plant stem cell with a sense of nature, creating a unique formulation to combat rapid aging skin. Repair and protect your skin from UV rays damage, providing that youthful radiant look of your original complexion. Kayla Dijon, a sense of nature.
La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. Uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
Have you ever forgotten a friend's birthday or wedding anniversary? Do you want to send a quick happy birthday, I love you, I miss you, or I am sorry to a loved one? Don't look too far. Download Cards Cafe from the Google Play Store and express yourself. Choose a card, customize it with your picture or message, and send to that special one. Cards Cafe. Say it with a virtual card.
Hi. Your friend Kofi Ochami. I said I said boy dey ndodo. Anamba. But when me wa feel amount. Obetima to asase e wo kasoa. Dodowa, amasama, anatema. For as low as 2,000 Ghana cedis per. Yes, 2,000 Ghana cedis per. For homatrofo sesia. Ne friend 0272 8989 88 and now 0272 898989. Omo motoni from Real Plan Estates. Nipa bebre atobi. Krata da so dada. Mansum bi anim. Real Plan Estates in Sase. Asase papa ne border form.
Hi. Today is my baby's party. What pepper? We could try the big surprise. We a special drink. We frog cry. We not share. We do what party that's the book.
Oh yeah.
Surprise! Baby, I brought you special drink. Cola, ginger, and apple. All for this party.
Calibos. That is what everybody is drinking here.
Oh, how?
That's a special drink there. And no one I serve visitors, Sophia.
She boys there, she a special drink, no, and no one anymore.
Campus say special drink, and no one any no.
Menu, Papa. And the party.
The all-new special drink comes in different flavors: special orange, special ginger, special apple, and special cola. Special drink, naturally tasty.
Restoration.
So where did you come to Accra?
Yes, so after that...
I'm sure it was after the Noah's Ark.
Yes, after the Noah's Ark, I found myself in another school teaching, and then I was so radical praying and things like that. So the headmaster was annoyed with me. That was why I found this my wife. Okay. I found that she was a teacher, but I was so spiritual, so I don't talk to her and things like that. When I see them cry,
flexing.
All these things are vanity of our vanities. So through that and things like that, by the grace of God, I met another man of God who saw that no, I need to be trained. So he took me to one Bible school in Kumasi there, and after that also sponsored me to go to Nigeria, to go to Benson Dawza University for at least 2 years. So after that, I came back to Kumasi, and then this lady was still there. I said, then we have to work it out too. But I came with an empty hand with the only books. So all this while, it was poverty upon poverty. I was living in fact, a poor man used to call me poor. I desired to be great. I remember even right from the village, I wanted to wear suit to the extent that I was wearing a woman's suit I didn't know. One day I heard a voice, the time is up. Go to raise people for me. Where? In the city. But I'm in Kumasi. He said, no, go to the city. So I saw a certain lady selling orange, and I borrowed 5 Ghana cedis to travel from Kumasi to come to Accra. That is the transformation beginning. That's another level. So my coming to Accra was a borrowed 5 Ghana cedis, which I borrowed from an orange seller. I landed in Accra with nothing.
Do you know people in Accra?
You know, before I was selling in Accra, so all those my old friends, they are still there. In fact, some of them are graduate, having master degree in selling on the street. So because after all these years, they have had master degrees. Now they have employed other people to be selling. So they were still there, but they are still in circle at the new plant station there. So I came to that place, but there's no place for me to sleep because now I've changed. I become a reverend, and they are selling. You know, so it's like different. There's a little different. So I used to sleep on a bench.
Upgrade.
Oh yeah, at least, you know. I used to sleep on a bench until one day, one guy from a village, nearby village, approached me and said I should buy him a food. You know, I should buy him food. I said, Master, do you know what I'm going through that you are asking me to buy food? He said, yes, you want him to buy him food. So I took him to a place, a restaurant, to buy him food. And then, as I bought him the food, I just got a revelation that the woman is going to be attacked because she has got a visa to travel to Italy the next 2 days. So I told the woman, please, can you shift yourself small from the soup? And immediately, the soup fell, and he has just moved. So, and that was my first prophecy. I have not prophesied and came to pass. Before, when I prophesied, I said, your name is Kojo. They will say, no, my name is not Kojo. That was the only day that I prophesied that it actually happened live, my dear. And the woman started shouting, hey, I saw a vision that a certain pastor was praying for me and I didn't know him. So you are the one? I said, yes, I'm the one. So, no. So we started a mini crusade right at that place. And God showed up from that place. So that's why the woman took me to the house and gave me a chamber, what do you call it?
Chamber and hall.
Chamber and hall to stay. Pastor, so where are you coming from? I said, I'm coming from. Where are you going? I'm going back to Kumasi today. So, oh, please, we beg, we don't want you to go. But I was staying at that circle because if I tell them I'm selling there, I'm sleeping there. In fact, maybe I may lose the opportunity. So I was very fast, you know. I told them that I'm going to Kumasi. They said, oh, we beg you. So they started an all night for me, a flat top, La Paz flat top. Yeah. The woman took me to their house. They welcomed me. They brought people, all kinds of people. So that's why our establishment in Accra was grounded. And but after 3 months, some of my friends, you know, from Kumasi, I started calling them to come in, started jealousing me and things like that. And God spoke to me. I didn't send you to start a church. Stop that. Go and get married first. I don't have a house.
With what?
With what, my sister? Nothing. So I called this woman, please. God said I should come and get married to you. He said, God. He said, God or you? I said, God. So I went to Kumasi and I showed her my vision. I said, if you agree to marry me in 10 years, this is what you will get. All these things will be in your hands. But now I don't have anything to give you. In fact, nothing, no room, no house, because the woman have sacked me. And I've gone back to one of my friend pastors at Kokomremre, sleeping at their veranda. So you can imagine, I don't have any place to lodge. Nothing. And I'm going to marry. I went to my father, told him I want to marry. He said, want to marry? Well, how much do you have? I said, I don't have any money. Go and borrow money for me. So my father went to borrow money for me. The lady knows I don't have a house. I don't have a suit. In fact, we borrowed the wedding gown. We borrowed shoe. The wedding ring that we bought, it was gold that day, Saturday. Sunday morning, it was silver. So you can imagine how it was.
Gold on Saturday, silver on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
But before we move on, why did the woman sack you?
Yes, you know, I brought a certain pastor to come and help in that all-night program and things like that. And the pastor started, you know, talking to some members and things like that, and I realized that you know people backbiting and things like that, trying to tell the woman that I'm even married. You know, I'm married.
Did the woman have interest in you?
I don't know. Maybe the woman wanted me to marry her daughter.
Oh, okay.
It was later I began to understand that, but it was not a fact. Please, I can't hold on as a fact and things like that. So the woman said, now the way things are happening there, she wants me to go kakra. I mean, go Kumasi kakra. But when you say Kumasi, so me need down no other kind of yafako. And me need down Kumasi and me need down so that's how it happened. Wow. Yeah.
And you always say that you believe in giving, because for you, giving is what really opens the door for you. what did you really do if you say giving opened the door for you?
Yes, because, my dear, from that time when I gave that food to that man, that opened me and established me from that time, I realized that there's something superior about giving, and life is all about giving. You see, that's the reason why when we take, we must give out. So you take in air, you give out oxygen. You take in water, you give out urine. You take in food, you give out feces. Are you understanding? Everything that you take into your body, God will make a provision for giving it out. You see, you can't tell me that the food you ate yesterday from Capella Monte Carlo restaurant was too expensive of $1,000. So you will never poo-poo. So you wake up in the morning and then you hold your bottles. You say no. Because it was too expensive, you will not poo-poo. You want to kill yourself because as long as you take in, the law is it is more blessed to give than to receive. You know, we are living in a nation that from the national level, we are, I don't know, I'm sorry to say this, it's a national TV I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. We don't give and we don't teach to give from the nation. I don't know when I've actually heard that Ghana have donated money before. We are always consuming, receiving. But there are countries we are better than. In fact, even if Ghana take money to give to Burkina Faso now, the way people will bastardize the president and things like that. But you see, we have to understand that giving is living. If you can't give, you are not qualified to live.
It's true.
I was born into poverty, but way of giving, God has blessed me tremendously. By the grace of God, we have so much things that God has given to us, and I'm looking forward for a lot of opportunities to give. And in fact, there's some OWUSU Foundation which I started barely 2 years ago. We are going to increase it because we are doing a lot of people. We are paying a lot of school fees and things like that. I want to put 100,000 students into school. Do you know that when I was selling in the street, nobody ever thought that I could ever be who I am
today?
By the grace of God today, for 12 years now, when I started my Bible school teaching pastors, I've been able to raise over 5,000 pastors. Okay? When I returned from Nigeria, we came to Accra. I realized that many prophets were going to the mountains to pray for their prophetic gift, but they don't have the knowledge and the requisite information and things like that to guide their ministry. Then I started the International School of the Prophet, and now over 5,000 prophets have been schooled. Now I took children from the street. They were selling in Achimota Road. I took them to be playing drums and keyboard in my church, and I put them in computer schools. I put them in audio mixing and video mixing. Before I know, as I'm telling you, some of them are working in TV stations now. Some are in UK, in London, in Germany now. If I can't even talk of, I can talk about 7 of them I have sponsored with my own money, paid ticket for them to travel to London and Germany and USA. Okay? I took them from Achimota Road. I saw them selling. They were selling PK. So I called. I said, "What are you doing?" I'm selling PK. I said, "Come. Do you know that you can actually improve yourself?" He said, "Okay, sell the PK in the morning. In the evening, come. I want somebody to teach you how to play keyboard." Before I realized, these guys have become, very important. So all these people that we see them in the street there, we shouldn't just look at them as street boys.
Yeah.
Have we made provisions for them? In this country, say Obi school, JSS, no one in secondary school, the life is ended. Yeah. You find yourself in the street. And yet the government is talking about so many big visions. A country that we can look at our future and begin to give into the future of our children, the youth. What are we heading for? That means that we are 50, 100 years behind success. Because we are not givers. We don't give in anything. We don't give in education. We don't give in quality character life development. When China wanted to develop, you know what they did? They created a huge percentage of the informal system education, whereby every Chinese go to school. What are we seeing here? we should develop our youth and bring them to a place of capacity where they will be responsible for themselves and for other people also.
Restoration.
So the Bible baptized me with the refuse down, like, and started running away. So I was removing the rubbish and things for myself. Then I touched something, a certain paper. What is it? Paper? I checked. It was money.
I've been dealing in fabrics for many years, and so I know what's genuine. That's why I stock and sell only GTP. Original designs, genuine fabrics, and authentic prints. Look out for the new silver sticker on the label and only buy from accredited GTP dealers like me.
GTP has a new silver sticker on all its labels to help ensure you buy only genuine GTP fabrics. Scratch to reveal a 12-digit code. Text to 1393 free on all networks. Receive a message that lets you know if your GTP is genuine. Buy genuine GTP and smile. GTP, still timeless.
Nipa mecha de dada say you ready me enko meeting and akunkonsa konfan
hwe etridi bi achi me anope ho me yam hwe enye yi o
ana na bre ho na chama malaria achi malaria no papa na busu okrom
enye ya no malaria duro bi ni makoto
na what dan meter nka
dan meter
I tell me fantin adan Adams pharmaceutical sayo ye nia dan Adams aso ne boss say dan meter malaria dure what dia fanfi di papa ma ye ne kama wa ye ne tablets amampanyifo e mofra no so ye powder egu sachet mu eno anso ahwe egu nsuo mu di flavor no so adenti mofra pepa ubenya dan meter malaria dure wa pharmacy bi e ben wo atufo nko dan Adams pharmaceuticals Springters Road telephone 0302 811 672 dan meter malaria back contem
Sakutuga sati pega nati patapat 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 Iya mama nati patapat Iya mama nati pat Iya mama nati patapat Iya mama nati pat
La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, uniquely golden, traditionally Ghanaian.
Have you ever forgotten a friend's birthday or wedding anniversary? Do you want to send a quick happy birthday, I love you, I miss you, or I am sorry to a loved one? Don't look too far. Download Cards Cafe from the Google Play Store and express yourself. Choose a card, customize it with your picture or message, and send to that special one. Cards Cafe. Say it with a virtual card.
Hi. Your friend Kofi Ochami. I said I said boy den dodo. Anambwa. But when me wa feel amount. Ubetima to asase e wa kasoa. Dodowa amasama anatema. For as low as 2,000 Ghana cedis per. Yes, 2,000 Ghana cedis per. For homatrofo sesia. Nefre 0272 8989 88 and now 0272 898989. Omo motoni from Real Plan Estates. Nipa bebre atobi. Krata da sodada. Mansum bi animu. Real Plan Estates in Sase. Asase papa nebo oda form.
Today is my baby's party. Oh, pepper. We could kind of big surprise. We a special drink. We frog cry. We not share. We do a party that's in
Oh yeah.
surprise. Baby, I'm brought you special drink. Cola, ginger, and apple. All for this party.
Calibus, that is what everybody is drinking here.
Oh, how?
That's a special drink there. And no one I serve visitors, Sophia.
She boys there, she has special drink, no, and no one anymore.
Campus say special drink, and no one any no.
Menu, Papa. And the party.
The all-new special drink comes in different flavors: special orange, special ginger, special apple, and special cola. Special drink, naturally tasty.
Wayari a wo to wo moja so ate nom Nesco fa moja duro na wo benya moja enya ahoden so Nesco fa moja duro iron ne vitamins a hyemu ma ebo ho ban ejema painful ema wo moja ema wo ahoden ema wo tumi di so ma wo ho ban o Nesco fa ye woni syrup ene ne capsules ejema mo frani panyin nyina wo benya no pharmacy ene chemical shop biye mo wo pedudu to akọ Ernest chemist.
Restoration.
Now we've spoken about blessing. When did your blessing really start?
By the grace of God, I started a church in 2005. Then in 2005 to 2006, 2007, my dear, the church was still less than 14 people. We did an annual harvest. The whole amount of money that we got was 240 Ghana cedis.
Which is 2.4 million.
2.4 million. That's the old money.
Old Ghana cedis.
Myself, I gave 100 Ghana. My wife gave 50 Ghana. So the whole church annual harvest was 90 Ghana. That means me and my wife, we give all the money. So we had 240 Ghana cedis. That's 2.4 million, the old Ghana cedis. Rollins DNB. We want money to buy konka. Every year in aid of konka, we are not able to get 300 Ghana cedis in Timinya. So, as I was praying and asking God, when will my finance change? Because he said I should come and do his work. I have come to do his work. I am preaching. I have a Bible school. People I'm training. All those things. The church is there. And I'm still poor. Poor, very poor. You see, things were not okay at all. My wife has just finished training college. And I told her to join me. So she was with me. And nothing was working. So as I was praying, I heard a voice. Is there anything too hard for you to give to me? And I said, me, what do I have? This is not the voice of God. I cancel it in the name of Jesus. So as I was canceling it, the voice was still coming clearly. And then I had it clear. Take that money and give it out. My dear.
Which money?
That 2.4, the konka money for the church. So I called the church financial secretary. She came to the house. I said, please, can you give me that money? He said, Pastor, why? I said, please, we are going to use it for something. He said, are we going to buy the konka? I said, no. We are going to use it for something. Because if I tell the woman, she won't understand what, because she doesn't hear what I heard. And even my wife didn't hear what I heard. You know, sometimes when you want to give, there are people you don't need to tell them. There are people you don't need to tell them because it's hard to give. And sometimes maybe it's because of what others have done to you. You know, what we have gone through, giving your dress to people, they don't even come to say thank you. Even to say thank you and things like that, it really pains and sometimes it pisses you off from giving people. But you see, when you give, it is not a person that you are giving to. You are giving to the God of the person. And that's what, it's your work you are giving. Giving is life, is work. So I told my wife, let's go and do something. Because I heard a voice that I should go and give that offering to a certain man of God. So we joined the trotro. We got to the place. Man of God was not there. We heard that the man of God was in the house. We joined him in the house. Then we told him that God said we should bring our annual harvest. The man was happy, you know, to to do that for us and things like that. So he came for the offering. It was in a polythene bag. So so we won't count, you know. And it was in one city, Debbie. 10,000, 5,000, 10,000, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 1,000. Tonight does a pa until shy woman. Annual harvest and so dear. Obe say emuedu. Then he began to release some words upon us. Now listen. When you even give to your enemy and your enemy say God bless you, God will still bless you.
Amen.
Yes. When your enemy even open mouth and say God bless you, God will still bless you. The Bible says anyone that call upon his name, he will do, So the man spoke into our lives and blessed us. Immediately we left the house.
Who was this man of God?
Do I have to mention the name?
Yeah, I would want to know so I can also go and bless him.
I think we have to keep the name
for now.
Before
some people also start going there.
Yeah, because my encounter may not be your encounter.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes that's why we should avoid certain kind of this thing. Because you may think that what I did, if you do the same, you may get what I get. No. It may not be the same because from my encounter and my experience, because I've been giving from that time, maybe that was my last day of my exams in giving. And then I entered to the blessing. So that was that day. That same day, my wife was pregnant for 4 months. We have been married for 4 years. There was no baby. And she was pregnant at that time for 4 months. And we got to the roadside. We realized that we have left her purse, which had our transport back home in that purse. We left in the house. To go back is wahala because maybe the man have seen the money. He might change his mind and change the prayer. So we decided not to go back, but rather to walk from that place to go to where we're living, which is, let's say, from Circle to go to Achimota.
Wow.
And that's what we were walking. So we walk. My wife was tired and weak, so I will go and then I will wait for her. Then she will come and join me. Then I will go wait for her. Then suddenly I saw a madman approaching my wife. I said, what is happening this? My wife will go here and then the madman will follow. And then go here and the madman will follow. And he was carrying so many things with him. Polythene bags and things like that. So as a man, I need to fight for my wife, and more so she's pregnant. So I decided to fight. And I came forward to confront the madman. The madman baptized me with the Zoom Lion tea. In fact, that time Zoom Lion have not come. So I'm the first person who started Zoom Lion. So the man baptized me with the refuse down, and started running away. So I was removing the rubbish and things for myself. Then I touched something, a certain paper. What? Is it paper? I checked, it was money. And I saw a bag. Money that was in a bag that I've been, I think the thing, what the bomb in a tea. As a scanner bondo, so be now to watching, so be now abo. On the side area, hono, jewelry area, hono, so mobile pa, and TV, so be a boy, and no jato. And now, can you imagine? So we stop a taxi, then I pack all the baller because maybe they can't. Pack all the baller inside the car. Then call my wife, she won't come. I said, you might away. Now she came and I said, what is it? I said, keep calm, let's go. So we got to the house, we packed all the things, then we started separating.
I'm sure the taxi driver was looking at you.
The taxi driver was like, Massa, shut up. How much do you want? How much is he charged me some money? So the car number bomb. I said, don't worry. Can you imagine we're living in that? Massa, when you see money, you don't care whether you find the money or you see. So we got to the house, we separated the money from the refuse, and God began to bless us. That's where we entered.
How much was the baller money?
Sister, should I tell you?
Tell me. How much was it?
We started counting $1,000, $2,000, $3,000.
It wasn't even cities.
No. And it was more than 10,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
After donating the 2.4 million cedis in aid of Konka.
Ghana cedis.
Maybe can it?
Okay, 2.4. Yeah.
2.4 million in aid of Konka.
Oh yeah.
You get
that was our distance. We gave it out. But yeah, you see, people are stingy, from the nation to our parents to the youth. We are big. Stinginess is a spirit. It's a spirit of wickedness. And that's the reason why we are seeing children in the street and we don't bother. That's the reason why we are seeing people. You see, because people, the money some of us we use for our hair, our shoes, and watches and things can put somebody into university. And everywhere I go, I do tell them that the total gospel is given. For this reason, the Son of God came to die. For God so loved the world and he gave. If we understand giving, marriages will not go through what is going through. If we understand giving, businesses will not drain. If we understand giving, our nation, our economy will never sink. We are not givers. Look at our old women in the street begging. Look at blind people begging. Look at prisoners go and come begging. Look at street children begging. Okay? Look at when this nation, you get pregnant and you don't have a husband. Nobody take care of you. And pray with them. And it is not done everywhere in the world. Even in South Africa. When you get pregnant, you become the property of the nation. What do I say? And think come out bring come out with 20 man come on yadoso.
You see, if we when we talk about Bishop Samuel OWUSU, now, not sad time.
Okay.
Now, who are you?
By the grace of God, Samuel OWUSU, is a pastor, a preacher, and some small humanitarian services, not much, which I want to really do it. Now, I think the next level of my life, I want to be known as a philanthropist, as somebody who gives, By the grace of God, we acquire some land that we want to build a very massive university. It's over about 400 acres of land. Wow. And the investment is not going to be for those who are qualified. I want to beg the government to give us the chance for those in the street. Let's give them 1 year, 2 years and see if they will not be able to pass for the diploma and the degree others are passing for. If they don't, they should remain with their certificate. At least it will help them in their future. So that's the kind of university I want to build. I want to build an university where I will take street children, people who never was able to go to secondary school, or they went to secondary school and couldn't continue, or they went to university and couldn't finish. A university like an informal way of university, so that every other person will come there to be educated. You can start from the scratch, from ABCD. Even if you are matured, you can start from ABCD till you get to a diploma. If it takes you 7 years, you have to do to get to a diploma or get to a degree or get to a master's. That's the kind of educational complex I want to build by the grace of God. I'm a pastor of Champion Ways Chapel. Champion Ways Chapel is one of the fastest growing churches in Ghana right now, located in Achimota, Accra, doing massively well. And our focus is raising people with potentials and ability to change the society. In fact, my passion is to, do a lot for the communities that we come from, not for ourselves. God does not bless us for ourselves. These opportunities that we have, in fact, people are qualified than us. People are much, much qualified than us. People are watching us right now. If I tell you the degrees that they have in communication studies, doctor, yet they don't have this opportunity. So when we are given this opportunity, God expects us to also give. And please, I beg Ghanaians, our giving has become like Christmas, brigade system. Where in Christmas we buy toilet roll. What does that person need toilet roll for? You're going to give toilet roll, or you're going to give rice, and you're going to give toffees and biscuit, and say we donated, and or you cook for them the whole year. One day, then you gather children, then you cook for the children, and you say you have given. Is that giving? Because after eating that food, he's going to poo-poo. What's he going to live on? You see, let's give something that is sustainable, tangible. This night I didn't sleep. When I was coming to your program, I didn't sleep. I was telling my wife, I said, honey, no. There are villages. I'm going to send people to go to villages. Look for villages that are no schools. At least I can suspend my children's school fees and build a school. After all, even if they don't go to school, they will still not be poor.
Yeah.
Are you hearing what I'm talking about? And build a school for somebody. Ministry is not a church. Our pastors, our Christian life have become focused on only our churches. No. Freely we have been given. Let's go out and give, not only on Christmas.
Yeah. On our birthdays.
On our birthdays. Then we are giving food. What they give, grand I know. You know Diane, near the amount. You see, ya chen panade. What command the toilet through? What command a million milk? So no. We are in the Sanya and Yanaka Cancer Hospital. Now, hospital or Kwa never said Tiaga. Are you listening to me? Let's give people some tangible things. Do you know, say, and buy a baby woman in Amwa? Saturday, a 3 boy in my 3 months, 6 months, with Macodema, into 5 million, just about 300 Ghana cedi or 400 Ghana cedi. Okay? And to put some women into some edge. In fact, Nibana or one no, obetimi ahwe. Oman mu abe say say no me say obewo. Wo ntem aye no me. Masa? Anya no me say obewo ntem. Me kamenya mpo a nko ba bia obenya 30 years no awo mba nyina wie. 30 years na nko awo mba nyina wie 4 na abe awo ma wie. Na from 30 to 40 no, wo dia build your life, a build your estate, your businesses. From 40 years now we do menopause no. Menopause no kire say nyame person oje wa home e free mensisim na wo regain womanhood. Menopause nya bre. Menopause nya case. Enso kuro ma menopause no.
Oh my God. Well, today we've spoken to Bishop Samuel OWUSU, and I'm still laughing because he started from donating his 240 Ghana cedis in aid of Konka to God, and today he has single-handedly built a church for God. What is your story? What are you giving to your community? What are you doing for your neighbor? Are you waiting to be on the receiving end always? Maybe this should help you change your mind. This has been another wonderful edition of Restoration, and always do remember that we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. God bless. I'm Stacy.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you.